and it becomes something like this. I don't want it if you're not in it. Hey brothers and sisters, I'm in a new place, as you can see, a new setting, because I'm in my aunt's home actually vacationing, but I had to do the previous cover that I did, and while doing that I was able to unlock something that I've been trying to do for a long time, and so I had to share that secret with you. I'm so excited. Obviously it's something I'm working on still. It's gonna take another few years to really get a hang of it, but this is the secret, okay? You don't have to belt with your chest voice only. And I thought this for the longest time. If you don't think this, then good for you. I'm sorry, this is shaking. Chest voice is like, I don't want it if you're not in it. It's that more down voice that you use while talking. Mixed voice is, I don't want it, plus the, I don't want it. I can't do it in the same pitch, you see, so I had to shift it down to show you. You marry those two voices and it becomes something like this. I don't want it if you're not in it. I was so surprised when this finally happened, because you know when it happened when I was not thinking too much about it. And I'm going to try to break down that as much as possible. So here's what I did, guys. Listen very carefully. This is the kind of secret of the secret. I just zoned in on the voice I was hearing in my head. I haven't really asked anyone if this happens to them, but when you're singing, do you hear yourself singing in your head as well? It's kind of this voice that is singing it properly and perfectly, and sometimes you're not able to match up to that voice. So I just zoned in on that voice and I opened my mouth and I just did it. I just sung it, and out of my mouth came this mixed voice. After many years of practicing this mixed voice stuff, which I didn't really understand, I'd kind of gotten a hang of it in a lower volume. So let's take it in 3 steps, okay? The first thing that I did was going from falsetto to mixed voice. I think most of us are fine with falsetto, right? I don't want it if you're not. Is that the correct pitch? Yeah, it's a very weak, thin voice that many of us use when we're just singing for ourselves, I guess. That's what I do, at least. Then I just drop my jaw. I don't want it. And try to create a lot of space over here. I just drop my jaw. I drop my tongue down, the back of my tongue down. Try to create as much space as you can in your mouth, and this voice comes out. I don't want it if you're not in it. It's a mixed but softer version of a mixed voice. Okay, if you want to belt with your mixed voice, all you have to do is add volume. I had this soft mixed voice that I was practicing with, and so when it came to the actual loudness, I would always mess up. Practice with your loud voice, even if people are with you and they don't like you to sing. Don't annoy the heck out of them, but don't let that stop you from singing and practicing. How do you put the volume? I'm not sure. Just imagine, just visualize a knob turning and put more power into it. With your breath, I think, is the answer. So I'm not an expert vocally. I just sing and then people ask me, how do you do this? So I try to explain it. So I don't know the technical terms. I think the breath is what allows you to have volume. There's some breathing exercise which I've spoken about in my previous vocal tutorials, which I've linked above and below. There's one exercise that can help you do this better. You blow out a little bit of air from your mouth. You can do it either with a lot of force or with little force, right? So you can do. So the force is what you need to put more volume. I've noticed one thing very interesting. When I'm exercising physically, my body, I'm breathing deeper. Okay, you want to get that deep breath and the forceful breath. So the deep breath is from your stomach plus the force here to push out to get that volume. Another thing that was in my mind when I went to the loud mixed voice is to think low when you're reaching a high note. So, I don't want it if you're not in it. That's a much higher note than the previous line of your height, your waist, What you want to do is trick your mind and think that you're doing a low note. It's just a mind trick, because when you think low, you're not clenching yourself. So you think low and go for the high note. That always helps me. It's purely a mental thing, and a lot about singing is in the mind. So keep these things in mind. And please don't insult this video by not doing any of the things that I spoke about, because these are all practical things. I can't just tell you and you'll download it and it'll happen. Don't tell me you don't have time, you don't have place. There's a difference between a singer and a non-singer, and a singer is the one who makes those sacrifices and those risks, takes the humiliation, takes the embarrassment of not being very good at first, and goes ahead anyway. With all that said, I hope this was very helpful to you. Please let me know if it was. Try it out and then let me know if it was. Find a way that suits you and do it. I'm Vihan Damaris, and always strive to be like Jesus.